A very good evening and welcome to the 8 p.m. news broadcast brought to you by Eswatini TV. My name is Nondobego Nzabgelogo. Let's take a look at tonight's headlines. His Majesty King Mswati III has urged the nation to start ploughing as the rain season has started. The Ministry of ICT has assured Mangayane residents that engineers are working tirelessly to fix their transmitters. The newly appointed members of the Civil Service Commission have been officially sworn in. The news. His Majesty King Mswati III has commanded the nation to start ploughing since the raining season has begun. This was announced by the Lutsitsini Acting Governor Lusenvo Fagutse at Lutsitsini Royal Residence.
Ingwenyama ithi anginati selinebekunene kuthi njengoba sekunjena sale sive sekulima sitokuthola kuthi siphile ithi angatise imphakathi yonke kuthi ayatise belusi betingomo kuthi batibhasope batilandzele ngemuva kungabe kwendeka emaqala khona sive sitokuphila ngako kona lokulima nguloko nine bangwane inkosi lengithuma kona bayethe wena.
The Director of Communications in the Ministry of ICT, Andreas Lamini, has assured Mangayane residents and surrounding areas that their engineers are already fixing the breakdown of transmitters at Matata and Mochane. Lamini said this during an interview with the Eswatini TV in Mbabane.
Following the breakdown of transmitters at Matata and Mochane 2 months ago, which then resulted to the residents losing network on their set-top boxes, the Director of Communications in the Ministry of ICT, Andreas Lamini, has apologized to the residents for the inconvenience caused by the breakdown of the transmitters and assured them that their engineers are already fixing the problem, and hopefully this week the affected residents will receive the signal.
So Mangayane has been out of coverage for a number of months now. However, I must report that now, fortunately, we have been able to get the spares, and so we hope this week Mangayane will be fully restored. It wasn't just Mangayane alone, there was also Mochane, our transmitter site at Mochane, Pelene. That one was also affected, and yes, we do hope that by the end of this week, all our stations will be fully operational, and therefore we expect all our viewers to be able to receive television and radio broadcast through the Skuchana platform.
Lamini further urged set-top box owners to report to the ministry in case they encounter problems regarding set-top boxes in order to get assistance immediately. Reporting, I'm Zoto at Lamini with Mbonga Dube at Matata in Mangayane.
The 4 newly appointed members of the Civil Servants Commission, CSC, have been sworn in. The Minister of Public Services, Christian Jangase, says His Majesty King Mswati III has trusted the members to do a commendable job and therefore they must serve diligently.
Last week, His Majesty King Mswati III appointed members of the Mabandla. 4 of those were appointed as Civil Servants Commission members. On Tuesday, the Deputy Attorney General Mbuso Vilagati sworn in the 4 members. They took an oath of allegiance and an oath for the due execution of office. The 4 CSC members that were sworn in are Prince Ngangabani, Chief Velamuva Maseko, Princess Kosingu Menzi and Ntombi Mgomezulu. Minister of Public Services, Christian Changase was represented by Ministry's Principal Secretary, Sipho Tsabetse.
We wish to highlight just a few of the responsibilities. These include appointments of civil servants, including substantive appointments into substantive positions and also acting positions. Promotions, transfers, termination, dismissals, and confirmation into permanent and pensionable positions, and also disciplinary control of the public officers. All these are your responsibilities, commissioners, as you will be guided by the laws of the land.
When the newly appointed CSC members were given a chance to introduce themselves, they thanked their Majesty for the appointment. Principal Secretary Sipho Tsabetse informed the members that their job is crucial, so they have to be dedicated. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla Mbabane.
We will now take a look at the COVID-19 update from the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health has reported 12 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. In a statement issued by the ministry, a total of 300 results were received, out of which 12 tested positive for coronavirus. The total number of confirmed cases is now 5,800. The statement shows that there are 235 active cases, 5,437 have recovered, 116 have died, and 12 have been registered for care. Looking at the cumulative confirmed COVID-19 cases by region, Manzini region has 2,608 cases, Owa region has 2,187 cases, Lubombo region has 514 cases, while Shiselweni region has 491 cases of coronavirus. The Public Accounts Committee Chairperson Phila Buthelezi says government used a lot of money constructing the Matata fire station that has not been occupied while it is situated at a place where there is great need for it. Buthelezi said this during a tour of the Matata fire station, which was constructed by Ma and Da Company using modern technology.
The Matata fire station was constructed in 2017 and it cost government about 2.4 million. The fire station, despite being completed, is not occupied as government is yet to hire employees who will operationalize the station. Ngilongo constituency headman Sanziso Mamba and the people of Matata surrounding areas were excited that government has constructed the fire station closer to the people. Mamba says they had high hopes that the fire station will start operating upon completion, but that has not been the case. Public Accounts Committee Chairperson Phila Buthelezi says these stations that are not operating are situated where there is a great need for them.
And here at Matata, yes, we have seen the structure. Unfortunately, there are no personnel utilizing it, despite the fact that millions have been plowed into this facility. But we do hope that government will make it a priority to hire personnel who will come and utilize the structure at the same time, bringing service to the communities surrounding this facility.
Buthelezi says he hopes government will address this matter soon. Reporting for Eswatini TV News is Tembelihle Makuta Utemba Shabangu at Matata.
The Ministry Ministry of Youth Affairs has started a consultative exercise with the youth which addresses its vision, which is to create an enabling environment for the youth to actively participate and contribute to the transformation and socio-economic development of the communities within which they live. This was highlighted by the Director for Youth Affairs, Begi Twala.
2 weeks ago, the Minister for Youth Affairs, Harris Bulunga, commissioned a consultative workshop with which the ministry will engage with the youth of all the 4 regions of the country about the formulation of a comprehensive and effective youth bill. The Director for Youth Affairs, Begi Twala, says it is for that reason the ministry is taking submissions and contributions from the youth through the consultative workshops.
Expect that once we have concluded the exercise, the Office of the Attorney General will then consolidate these submissions that were actually collecting from the regions and tabling it before the Honorable Minister, who in turn will have to make a submission to Cabinet and subsequently tabled in Parliament. That is the process. We are here with people from the various constituencies as well as different youth-serving and youth-led organizations that we are working with, ensuring that we gather as much information and submissions from the young people themselves.
Expressing her views during the workshop, Nokupiwa Matata suggested that the Youth Council should monitor and coordinate youth-related activities done by NGOs so that they are not duplicated and they are disseminated across the whole country.
Now we have been given this opportunity to express ourselves, show the issues that we as youth are facing, and these problems need to be sorted out. Most of all, the one thing that the youth is in need of is entrepreneurship, where us as the youth are able to be hands-on on some kind of business instead of being vulnerable in our communities.
The Director for Youth Affairs says the workshop will last for 3 days in the Shiselweni region. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, Sifiso Nxumalo, it's Muva Shongwe, Phumula Guest House.
The chairperson of Philani Maswati charity organization, Lutfo Dlamini, says the Donate a Blanket campaign is receiving positive feedback as more Maswati are heeding to the organization's call for assistance by donating blankets and clothes.
Philani Maswati charity organization launched the Donate a Blanket campaign in winter in a bid to assist the needy elderly with blankets to keep them warm throughout the winter season. The chairperson, Lutfo Dlamini, says the organization took a decision to continue with the campaign after realizing that the elderly will need blankets as they're also cold nights in summer.
And one would like to take this opportunity and very much appreciate Maswati and friends of the Maswati for the support we're getting, particularly with clothes. We are getting more and more second-hand clothes donated by the public, and we still need more blankets because as much as it is summer, but everybody needs a blanket, and there's a lot of wild forest fires that are going on. We need the support. And in particular, one would want to thank the offices of the Times of Solvent around the country, where a lot of people are bringing donated clothes and blankets. They can still do so, and they can also donate to the radio station Sakatweni and also and they can also donate the same things at any police station in the country. Just indicate their donations towards Philani. We will collect them and acknowledge them.
Dlamini says members of the public who wish to make a donation can drop them at their Times offices, EPIS and police stations. Reporting, I'm Lungilele Makakula in Babane.
The Business Incubation Department under the Royal Science and Technology Park has yielded good results as 36 companies that come from the department now have an annual turnover of 15 million emalangeni. This was said by the RSTP Senior Communications Officer, Senzo Malaza, during an interview with the Eswatini TV.
According to Royal Science and Technology Park Senior Communications Officer Senzo Malaza, despite that companies under the Business Incubation Department are making money, the companies have also employed 180 people. Malaza elaborated on some of the programs RSTP has embarked on amid COVID-19 outbreak.
We are talking about startups here. That's a companies that are still at research and development level, but some of them are already producing and their products are already in the market. So we are happy with that. And the one gratifying thing is that some of the companies are producing things like organic sanitizers, and everything that they used is sourced locally.
Royal Science and Technology Park Head of Business Incubation, Sebenzile Dlamini, says 10 companies under the department, which started without capital, have managed to make over $1 million.
10 of the enterprises that received some seed capital from the United Nations Development Program managed to produce, and they generated sales income of 1.5 million in 3 quarters, that is between April and June 2020. So this is a sign that with some financial support to very early stage enterprises, we can gain something as a country.
Businesses under RSTP Business Incubation have several benefits, including getting lease agreements, funding, among other things. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, Mbabane.
The Junior Achievement Company of the Year competition will be held virtually on the 10th of December 2020. It was officially launched by the JA Executive Director, Phethile Masilela, who revealed that Eswatini will virtually host the Africa competition from the 25th to the 27th of March in 2021.
The Junior Achievement Company of the Year competition will be completely held virtually, and it will kick off with the regionals where 35 participating. They will take only 4 days from the 24th to the 27th of November. Junior Achievement Executive Director Phethile Masilela says the students have started working on their projects in preparation of the regionals and the National Expo. This year's competition's theme is Lead to Succeed, meaning students have to create projects that will align with this theme.
They are the future of the country, and we cannot compromise in impacting them positively, because we believe they are the right generation that will help us recover economically as a country.
Guest of honor, who is the Director Strategy and Economic Regulation at ECCOM, Lindiwe Dlamini, says the company is considering a partnership with JA to ensure that internet connectivity is available.
What we need to do is to ensure that the internet connectivity that is required to actually ensure that Eswatini successfully hosts this competition is made available.
JA Board Chairperson Nokukanya Kamete showed appreciation to the companies that have supported the competition and says she is looking forward to the National Expo.
We are looking forward to the Company of the Year done next year, and Swaziland is going to be the host.
Standard Bank, the major sponsor, made a check presentation of 88,420 malangeni towards the competition. Reporting, I'm Lungilele Makakula with Muzimkonda, Zuluni.
In an effort to disseminate information on COVID-19 related issues, the Eswatini Bapalali Red Cross Society is conducting a training workshop for community volunteers from the Lubombo and Manzini regions who will help educate communities on the COVID-19 pandemic. The training workshop is currently held at the Global Village in Manzini.
Since the number of COVID-19 cases are still on the rise globally and in the country,
that's not just maybe a clinic, but there are issues maybe that affect even the mind as well, to say how do people cope during this time. So with the psychosocial aspect of it, it's kind of addressing those issues, to say how do people deal with fear in this pandemic? How do people deal with other issues that maybe affect them psychosocially during this pandemic? So we're kind of preparing our volunteers as they go out so that they can be able to also help others who are in need of such help.
Matuna also highlighted that their aim as an organization is to see the number of COVID-19 cases decreasing in the country. Reporting, I am Zoto Aldamene with Mbonga Dube in Manzini.
The Municipal Council of Mbabane Public Relations Officer Lucky Tabete has cautioned the public to stop leaving their waste where there used to be skip bins placed by the municipality. Tabete says where a skip bin has been removed, no waste is to be placed on the ground like what is happening just opposite Mbabane Central High School.
Mbabane City Council placed several skip bins around Mbabane to assist ratepayers and the public to dispose their waste correctly. One such a skip bin has since been removed from opposite the Mbabane Central High School since it was now serving an unintended community and needed to be emptied more often than usual. The municipality's public relations officer, Lucky Tabete, says this was financially draining the council and they had reason to relocate the skip bin.
Le skip bin emva kokuthi abone ukuthi cha sikiphu lesilapha emgwaqweni sisita kakhulu abantu betimoto kunekuthi sisite
Tabete says people who are not from Manzana community should not be using the skip bin but disposing their waste wherever they have accumulated it. Where the skip bin has been removed, a sign has been erected to remind the public that littering is an offence according to the Litter Regulations Act of 2011. No person is allowed to throw away waste on public, private property and on water resources, otherwise they could be fined money ranging from 50 to 5,000 emalangeni depending on the severity of the committed offence. Reporting, I am Sipiwo Dlamini with Muzim Konda in Mbabane.
In our sports news today, Mbabane Highlanders has announced Sabelo Nzinisa, popularly known as Skali, as their new player. Highlanders director Ali Khomongwe says they're working on having Nzinisa's 2-year ban from playing football lifted.
Sabelo Nzinisa was suspended from playing football for 2 years by the South African Football Association after it was discovered that he had registered with 2 different teams. At a time where it looked like the end for Nzinisa in Mbabane Highlanders,